Hi, my name is James Holroyd from PocketSurvey Cloud Surveying Software. Welcome to this short training session. I'm going to show you how the building surveying software works and how to create your surveying reports quickly and easily. It can be used for most worthy building surveys because it has the unique commentary builder. This builds your commentary from lists of standard phrases already built into the app. But you can also edit and modify these to suit your needs with the phrase design feature. Your commentary can be built from standard phrases of descriptions, features, defects, and recommendations. It should be about 20 minutes long. If you're not already a PS Cloud user, contact us to get your low-cost trial, where you can get your first month's subscription at a reduced price. And if you don't like the software after your initial month, there's no obligation to continue with your subscription. The first thing to mention about the app is that it's designed for mobile devices, but also works great on desktop computers. There's only one interface to learn, which looks the same on all devices. So you can use it on Apple or Android, tablets and phones, as well as desktop computers such as Windows, Mac and Chrome. With our uncluttered and easy to use interface, you can speed up your workflow tremendously and produce your surveying reports immediately after doing your site inspections. All our cloud-based apps look similar and have some common features. So, before we create a complete report from scratch, I'll briefly explain the common features running across all our PS Cloud apps. The button at the bottom left accesses all your reports, showing your building reports organised by town. At the top left, the main menu gives you access to valuable features such as the jobs calendar, location maps, jobs progress, users, client information, app setup features, and help and support. PocketSurvey has a unique feature that allows you to customize the menus and report structure within the app setup. We'll come back to that later on when we explore the phrase design feature in more detail. So let's look at a building survey I've already done to give you an overview of what comes out at the end. On the buildings list, I tap on a building and you'll see the front page photo and inspection status, and then below that you've got some buttons. We can copy the building information. There's a button to create the PDF inspection report, and one to open the generated PDF report. If we scroll down, you'll see which client this report belongs to. That is if you have multiple clients. You can turn off the clients feature in the app setup if you don't want to use it. The inspection details section shows the inspector, inspection date, inspection time, followed by some free format descriptive notes. The building details section shows more information about the building. Then there's a series of sections that make up your report. Introduction, about property, location including a Google map of the property. Then there are sections for the main building components such as outside, inside, services and grounds, followed by legal issues, risks, overall opinion and recommendations. Most of the report sections will be built from menus and tick lists that you can modify in the phrase design feature. Towards the end, you've got general building images such as floor plans, schematics and any image you want to add to your report. If you want to make changes to the inspection, select the Edit button. Let's scroll back to the top of the building record. To create your PDF report, choose the Create PDF Report button, and when the report is ready, select the Open PDF Report button. Let's look at a typical report in more detail. The front page is branded with your logo and your address. Then you've got your front photo of the building, plus an optional trade logo. Then you get an automatic table of contents, which is all hyperlinked, so you can jump to the different sections quickly. The report contains quite a lot of detailed information, all created at a click of a button. Some sections such as building images are optional and can be turned off in the app setup. When you've got an introduction page, remember that all these phrases in the report can be edited within the phrase design, but we'll come to that later in the app setup. Then there's the summary sections of the report such as overall opinion, recommendations pulled from your standard phrases. The About sections contain important details about the inspector and property. Location details include a Google map of the area. Then for each building component and area in the building, we show detailed information. This information is produced from the standard phrases in the app. Note that you can survey as many building elements as you like, and these can be in different locations in your building. The detailed commentary is built from lists of descriptions, features, defects and recommendations. The colour-coded condition status is shown on the right. You can have up to 4 photos for each item, and these can be large or small along with captions. Each building item is shown in a similar format. Your clients will love the report format. After the major sections in the report, you have legal issues and risk sections. You've got your disclaimer and limitations section. Bear in mind that all these phrases in your report can be set up within the app to customize it to your needs. The surveyor's declaration statement will show your details including your qualifications and signature. At the end you have your floor plans and any additional building images you've included in your report. If you want to save your PDF report, Tap the download button to save it to your storage area. Let's close the PDF report and get back to the app. We can return to the buildings list by tapping the buildings icon at the bottom left. So let's start a new building survey to see how easy it is to do. Tap the Add button at the bottom right of the buildings list screen. You'll see a scrollable form with several fields to fill in. Most of these will be user configurable menus to speed up data entry. First, you can choose a client, or if you want to, add a new one. Let's add a new client organization. Type my client, then tap Use. Then you can either add a client contact name or pick an existing one. You can store other information about your client, which is helpful if you want to contact your clients on site, and so you have a little client database. Then we can choose the inspector. You can have different classes of inspectors, like more powerful administrators. You can also have a client login where a client can access their reports via a client portal. Choose an inspection date and an inspection time, and then add some inspection notes if you want to. The inspection status menu helps you track the workflow of your reports. We use a color-coded pipeline approach where you go from schedule through to completed work. Remember, you can add this information on site or do it in the office if you prefer. Now let's add some building details. You have a place to add a report reference. Adding addresses is easy since Google will search for the address if you start typing it in. You can import addresses in bulk using the import feature within the app. The building name is used to identify different buildings at the same address. We also have building type and an optional short description of the building. It's a good idea to allocate the report to a town, especially if you work nationwide. Enter other building details as required, such as building status and your disclosure statement. Your reports will look much better with photos, and PocketSurvey makes this easy for you. So let's take a building photo. I'm going to choose one that I've already taken because I'm using a desktop computer. But you would snap this on site directly from your camera. That's the photo added to the front page of your report. You use a similar approach when taking all your photos. Then I choose Save to add your report to the buildings list. Now we've set up the first part of the report. We can now inspect the building and enter information into the survey for the various sections of the report. So we'll tap into the building record to view it, and you'll see the information we've entered so far, plus the report sections we need to fill out. To add the sections, we choose the Add button. The introduction section is very easy since it preloads your report phrases. We can make modifications to these phrases if we wish, but we're just going to tap Save. We do the initial sections in a similar way. The main building components are done in a slightly different way because we can enter multiple items at different locations. Let's now add an outside building element. Scroll to the outside section. Tap Add. You should establish a location first, so you should choose a particular area or floor, and then optionally you can specify a room or area. You can tailor the list of locations to suit your needs in the app setup. We're leaving location 2 blank because we're doing an external area. Next, we need to choose the building item we're inspecting. We can choose good, fair, poor, not inspected as the condition status. To make it easier to organise your standard phrases, we've split these up into different lists. We can pick one or more phrases to build our commentary. Let's pick some descriptions, features, defects, and recommendations. For all these lists, you can choose one or more options or nothing at all. You will see the app has built the commentary that will appear in your final report. You can make further edits to this commentary if you wish and add some free format notes. Let's take a photo. You can take up to 4 photos per item. The app will automatically launch the camera on your mobile device. However, I'll pick one from my computer because I'm demonstrating the app on a desktop. Notice you can also draw on the photo and give it a caption. You can take more photos in a similar way. So that's one item done. Now choose Save. You do other building items in a similar way. Once you've inspected all the items in your building, you can now create your PDF report. You tap into the building record and choose the more prominent Create PDF Report button. You will be prompted to confirm. It takes about 30 or 60 seconds while the software generates the report in the background. You can continue to work on other inspections while you are waiting. The Open PDF Report button will appear when your report is ready. So far we've covered the essential aspects of creating a building survey report. As you've seen, it's quick and easy to do and produces a fantastic client report. But there's lots more to the software. For example, let me show you some standard features on the buildings list screen. These are accessed by the icons at the top right of the screen. The spyglass icon lets you narrow down your list by using a filter. You've also got the tick icon, where you can tick multiple records. and then either delete or create a report for the selected records. You click the cross on the left to unselect. The curly icon at the far right is the synchronization button. You use this if you want to force synchronization from your mobile devices to your desktop and vice versa. At the beginning of this session, I briefly showed you some common features of all the PS Cloud apps. I guess you'd like to hear more details about these features. So I'm going to show you those now. The easiest way to get to the 3-bar menu is to tap the Home Buildings button at the bottom left. You will find these features when you tap the 3-bar menu at the top left. You'll see the common features running throughout all apps. So let's go into each one and explain in more detail. The Jobs Calendar lets you see your jobs by day, week, or month. If you click on a building address, you'll see the allocated time. You can then tap on it to view the building record. Let's go back to the calendar. You can always jump to today with the Today button at the top. Now let's look at the Maps feature. If you enter the postcode address, the Maps feature will show maps of all the buildings in your database. And as usual, you can tap to view the building record. If you want to get directions on site, you can scroll and then tap the View Map button. And this will launch Google Maps and allow you to get driving instructions by tapping the Get Driving Directions car icon. So that's the Maps feature. The Progress feature is handy for managing your workflow. The My Status screen on the left shows you the status of all your building reports. So if you tap Pending, you'll see all the pending building reports. Tap the collapse arrow if you want to go back up a level. The middle screen shows your building records in date order with the latest date at the top. You can view a record if you tap the middle of the form. If you tap the pencil icon, you can edit the report. The screen to the right shows everything that still needs to be completed. With all these progress screens, you can add a new building record by tapping the plus icon. So that's the Progress feature. Let's look at the Users feature. As explained previously, you can have multiple types of users, such as an inspector only, an administrator who can configure the app, and a read-only client login. If you tap into a user, you can see details such as email, phone, address, signature, and so on. If you scroll down, you will see all the buildings they've inspected. You can view the building record if you tap the middle of the form. If you tap the pencil icon, you can edit the report. So that's the user details. Let's back up a level. Let's look at clients. You can see all your clients in this list. If you choose a particular client, such as Faster Surveys, you can see all your clients' details when you tap into the record. You can communicate with them on site with these buttons here on the right. You can also navigate to their address with Google Maps. If you scroll further down, you'll see all the buildings and reports scheduled or completed for this client. So that's the Clients feature. Let's go back to the menu. The most revolutionary part of all the PS Cloud apps is the App Setup feature, where you can customize menus and report sections to suit your needs. You will see several configuration areas. We're going to cover each one. A side note here, you'll see each area on your mobile device as a separate tab. The App Options lets you set some general aspects of your app. One thing you can do is turn features on or off. For example, you might want to turn off the Clients feature because you don't have external clients. If we locate the Show Clients feature, we can set it to No. The change will be immediate. To collapse the Show Features section, we tap the minimize arrow icon. You can configure many other features, so explore these during your trial period. Let's now look at the report fields that appear on your front page. In the Report Fields section, you can set the information on your report, such as company name, address, logo, and so on. Apart from changing options, you can also edit or add to menus displayed in the app. For example, the Locations section shows you a list of pre-configured locations. If we want to add a new location, we can tap the large plus icon. Choose Location 1 from the item drop-down menu. Then tap on the description pulled down to reveal the existing locations. Now we can type in a new location to appear in the menu. Remember to tap Use next to the plus symbol. Then tap Save and go back a level. The Inspection Options has other menus that you can edit similarly, such as Inspection Type. Just get in touch if you need further help with the App Options feature. Let's move on. In the middle of the screen, you'll have a place to modify the phrase tick lists and menus. Let's do that now. You will see the main sections of the report. Tap on a section to expand it. Then you will see a list of building elements. Let's tap in one of these to see the phrase tick lists available during the inspection. As you scroll down, you'll see descriptions, features, defects, and recommendations. If you want to view these as a long list, click the View button. You can tap in the middle to view and edit them, or tap the Add icon to add a new option. Let's add a new descriptions option to the tick list that appears when doing your assessment. Tap the Add icon. Type in our new option. such as asbestos column. Tap Save and return to the previous screen, and then back to the app setup screen. That's the phrase design feature. Don't be afraid of experimenting during your low-cost trial. We're always on hand to give you help and support. We can also control the report design to customize the PDF report to your needs. Let's expand the report design area first. Tap into the disclaimer section and we see the phrases that will appear in that section of the report. Tap on the edit pencil icon to edit a phrase and make any changes you want. You can also hide a phrase from appearing in the report by toggling the show option from Y to N. You can also hide whole sections from the report. For example, if you wanted to hide the building images section from a client report, tap into the layout item and toggle the show option to N. That's a very versatile report design feature. Now let's look at how help and support works. The help and support screen contains handy little tips about using the app, organised into sections. You can expand each section to reveal more details. For example, if I tap on training videos, you can read some tips and access relevant links. That's the straightforward help feature. Now, remember to get your low-cost trial if you're not already a PocketSurvey user, where you will get your first month's subscription at a vastly reduced price. Remember, there's no obligation to carry on your subscription after the trial month, and you've got access to the full software, including free training and support. If you don't like the software after that, that's no problem. Just let us know and we won't bill you, and you can continue your search for a digital solution for your building surveys. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about any of our PS Cloud apps, please visit our website PocketSurvey.com, where you'll see lots of information about all our building and inspection software. So that's the PS Cloud building surveying software in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the training session. Bye for now and see you soon.